Welcome to another late night video. It is your boy, AntsAntYT, back at it. I got the hat again. Everything's going swell. So today we're gonna go ahead and ask a question that I've been posed a few times while keeping ants, and that is the fact that what type of equipment do I use personally when it comes to heating everyone back here, or the type of containers that I use, or even down to, you know, the type of macro lens that I use. And I decided today would be a great time to answer all of those questions. Well, maybe not all of those questions. I'm gonna first make this video as kind of like a trial run to this type of series, I guess, to see exactly how this would go down if I was to continue making more of this type of, I guess, series type of stuff anyways. Mainly just, you know, see the reception of how it goes. But today, I guess, episode, or whatever this is gonna be, we're gonna mainly focus on housing and the types of containers that I use to house my stuff back here. Mainly those that I've used as outworlds, and also those being like heating elements and stuff like that, or even thermostats. So yeah, let's get into it. The first thing I want to talk about is going to be heating, and as you can see here, I have my heating mat. This is one of many that I own, and this one is made by Zoo Med. Zoo Med is probably my favorite company to go to when it comes to heating pads. I've tried Zillow, which is the other major reptile keeping brand, and those ones failed within 6 months. I've had this one here for easily about 3 years, and it is still yet to completely just die, which is just absolutely amazing. These have had quite a long lifespan. I haven't bought too many of these. I mean, I think I've bought around about 10 or 20 of them, and all of them so far are still working to this day. I want to leave a quick reminder that a lot of these products that I'm going to be showing off here are going to be on Amazon. I'm going to have like my Amazon affiliate link thing that I do have, that I earn commissions on and all that stuff. So if you want to buy into that stuff, it'll be down there, and I make a little bit of money off of it. So if you want to do that, go ahead. If you don't, I don't care, it's up to you. But of course, you don't just want to go with just the heat mat, right? Like, these heat mats get up to 100+ degrees, which may be good for some species like Pogonomyrmex spadius and stuff like that, but most species are only going to want like the higher end of their nest to be at like 85. So oftentimes I will pair this up with one of these. This here is the Binlink, I believe is the brand name. Yeah, Binlink thermostat, which you can find on Amazon for usually around about 20 bucks. I think currently they're like $18 because of a sale that's going on. So you can pick them up really, honestly, for quite cheap. I have so many of these just kind of lying around under my ant room and all that. Or not under, but on the ground in my ant room, and they work like a charm. Now, of course, Zoo Med and Zilla do sell these as well, but they're pretty much like brand name stuff. So they're going to be selling for a little bit more of a higher price, but this guy right here is cheaper and is honestly worked just as good as what a reptile one from the larger brands would work as. But yeah, just like the Zoo Med heat pad, this I've had for a very, very long time. It's been quite a while since I've actually bought one of these. I think I've bought a total of around about 6 or 7 of these, and none of them have died out. All of their like cables and stuff like that, they're like sensors on the end, because that's how they work. They have like the sensor here that normally comes with like a little suction, but I take that off. These will like detect the heat, and then it'll turn on or off depending on like if it's at temperature. And you can actually digitally set these, so like, let's say you want to have it at like 85, you can go ahead and just like hold down the set button, and then you can choose whatever up or down temperature, and this will pretty much act as a breaker. So when it gets low enough, it will go ahead and turn on the heating, but if it gets higher or to the temp that you want, it will go ahead and turn off the power. Pretty good stuff. I mean, if you're in the reptile hobby at all, you've probably used them before because they are an absolute just save. One of the big essentials, but I've also used them pretty well with my animals as well. Or with my insects and ants and all that. Next up on my list is also another thing that I use for heat. As you can see here, or actually even better would be over here, you can see this little cable here. This cable is a heat cable. I forget exactly which brand I get it from, but pretty much it is one of the better things to heat your colony with, alongside having a heat mat. If you have a nest that likes to condense a lot, much like these form aquariums, having a heat, like a nice heat wire to go ahead and drape, I mean, this one kind of disconnected, but having a nice thing to drape over this nest really helps out in keeping both the condensation down and also to heat the nest. Of course, you can get these in tons and tons of different lengths, from really short ones to extremely long ones. I think this one here is like a 15-foot one, despite it only having like this much room. Same thing with the one over here, is also a 15-foot one. So, you know, you can get pretty large wires. I think I've bought them for like 15-20 bucks. I mean, honestly, their price varies a lot depending on which size you want. Of course, though, I mean, it is very useful, especially for flat down nests that are plaster, because they do very much so like to just completely condense, and that can be an issue if you want to try to record them or whatever. And also it reduces the chance of like brood getting stuck in water and worker casualties. You're trying to record a video and my cat is actively stealing oats. Can you not? No! This is Twinkie. Wait for the camera, Twinkie. She's being annoying tonight. Yeah. Yeah, you're being annoying. Are you not wanting me to record a video or something? Hmm? Huh? Hello. Get out of here, cat. So the next up that I'm going to go ahead and want to talk about is going to be the Pioneer Plastics containers that I use. Now, I've only bought 2 of these. I'll put up some footage right now or whatever. But so far, honestly, they're pretty good. So far, I've used them for 2 things: my Atta as an outworld, and as a like little setup for my dubia roaches that I had for a while. And honestly, they excelled at that. I also had them temporarily for like a temporarily housed Tapenoma colony this year, but I never really showed off in a video, and I just kind of released them. And they held up, honestly, exponentially well. They have nice rounded corners so that you don't have to really deal with any like escapes. If you have like a nice barrier on there, that shouldn't really, you know, they won't be able to grip on like they would with a one that's like completely square. So of course, having rounded corners is going to be probably one of the best things to have when it comes to having a setup, especially with ants. They also make pretty good setups when it comes to like spiders and stuff like that. I've seen a lot of reviews of people using them with spiders. I haven't personally done it yet, but I probably will in the future. Since they are small, they are compact, they're pretty easy to store around, and they're actually kind of stackable. So it makes them pretty good for a setup for any type of tarantula or scorpion or anything like that. As far as the downsides with this, because I kind of forgot to say this, they are a little bit more expensive. It's about $41 per count. But honestly, the price really does make up for the quality of the item. I really do like these. It's the, if I remember correctly, the model that I got is the Pioneer Plastics, like, large thing that they use for, like, toy cars, like, displays and stuff like that. And honestly, it's worked pretty well. So another thing that involves containment, and has actually helped me out quite a bit with tarantulas and stuff like that, and even sometimes ants, depending on the situation, is, of course, deli cups. Now, you can buy deli cups from practically anywhere. I mean, practically anywhere online, should I say. You can buy them from eBay to Amazon to Alibaba, Temu, you know, literally anywhere. You can buy these bulk, pretty cheap. I bought like 500 of these for like 30 bucks. You can find a bunch of decent prices just kind of anywhere. This one is really honestly very open-ended. Choose where you want to shop pretty much, and you can probably find a decent amount of deli cups for relatively cheap. They work really well as small outworld for small tube colonies. I've done that in the past. I've used them for catch cups for tarantulas. I've used them as catch cups for wasps. I've used them for catch cups of like colonies when I don't have my aspirator around. Honestly, they have so many uses in the like insect keeping world that honestly they almost are a must-have for me. because they have so many uses. I normally always carry around at least a few of them in my backpack, just in case if I need them for a rainy day. Literally, like, they work so well as small little outworlds. It's magical, honestly. They are so good. So good for so many things. My Rhea, back when they were small, they were housed in pretty much just like this, but instead of it being like a weird wooden nest that sucks, it was just their tube, and honestly, they grew so well in that. They had an area to forage. I didn't have to like tube feed them anymore. It was great. Of course, when feeding all sorts of animals, it's always good to have a nice big old pair of tongs. Depending on the type of animal, depends on, you know, what size of tongs you want. These are the only tongs I can find in my room at the moment, which are my massive tongs I use for feeding venomous animals. Mainly, the girl up there is off camera. Yeah, you know, her, you know, big old widow girl. Because she isn't very nice, and I don't feel like getting bit by her. She doesn't seem like very fun to get bit by, so I use these. Same thing with, up there's my Florida bark scorpions. They won't kill me, but it would definitely hurt a little. Of course, tongs come in all sorts of sizes. I have like 3 sizes. I have my big one, I have my kind of smaller one, and then one that's like this big that I use every once in a while. All are useful. Of course, this is a little overkill for most people, so sticking with something like this is probably gonna... It'll work for ants. It works really well with tarantulas and all that, but sometimes bringing in old Big Daddy here is always a decent chance, you know, for anything that may end up trying to kill you or has venom that can kill you. Always great to have, you know. It's just... It gives you that extra layer of safety. Of course, besides for eating protein, ants also like to eat other things, like sugars. Personally, besides for making sugar water and buying honey, I also like to use this. Don't mind all the, you know, all of this here. Funny story about this, they kept on trying to sell this, it wouldn't ever sell, so they just kept on marking it down for whatever price, and once it got low enough, like $2, I was able to, you know, get this big thing that'll last me forever. So yeah, isn't that amazing? But yeah, of course, sugar is always useful. You could always just make your own sugar water at home. I used to do that as well, but then I decided to just kind of stop because this was easier. More expensive, but easier, and this is gonna last me like 2-3 years, if not more, depending on if I get into feeding the wasps outside again, that is. If that's the case, they'll drink this in like a month. But yeah, that's about it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Of course, everything that I've talked about is going to be in the link in the description under my little like Amazon link thing that I do earn commissions from and all that. I get like 10% commissions, I believe. If you buy from that link, of course, helps me out. I don't think it adds on any type of fee for you guys, so, you know, might as well just click on the link and immediately get to the place that you want to be, of course. But yeah, depending on how you guys like this video, will depend on if I make another one of these, whether it be covering, you know, camera stuff, you know, things that I use. I mean, of course, I don't really use this thing for many videos on this channel, but I use it for a bunch of stuff on the weather channel, or weather photography and stuff like that that I like to do. Not many videos of that, honestly. I should probably record those next year, but you know, camera stuff maybe. I don't have that much camera stuff, to be honest, but macro lenses and all that will of course be featured in the next one, alongside pretty much just everything that I use on a day-to-day basis. But yeah, anyways guys, I hope you guys enjoyed. I know there wasn't really any type of ant stuff this video. Hopefully I'll be getting in some more ant stuff coming up. And yeah, Twinkie, are you gonna join me for the outro? Apparently we've been already in the outro. But anyways, like the video if you liked it, dislike if you dislike it, subscribe if you're new. Check out all the links in the description, including all, you know, everything that's down there. Discord, Patreon, Instagram, all that stuff. I need to use Instagram more, right? Right, Twinkie? But yeah, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. And yeah, I guess I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Bye. You want to click the button? Want to click the button?